Let me tell you two types of thinking that will bite you in the butt if you're trying to start a career as a musician, if you're on the early side of your career especially, that I've heard come out of people's mouths, and I've watched over, 20 years how it plays out for them, and I've seen how it has a damaging effect on their career. The first statement is when you get an offer to do some work and you say, that's not the kind of work I want to be doing. Now, it's music related work, it's in the industry, it is using your degree or your skill set, but it's just not the cool work, it's not the sexy work. And so you turn away this job. Now, what you've just turned away, first of all, is money in your bank account. Second of all, it is using your skills, which there are so many types of work out there that may not be the cool work, but you're essentially being paid to stay on top of your craft, actually maybe expand your craft, sharpen your skills, and build relationships and be able to say, I am doing this music work. I'm actually actively working in music. I'm doing these things. And the relationships that you build or the street cred that you build just because you're actually doing money work in music that is worth something. I've had people that are literally working retail in a clothing store, and I've tried to hire them to come and sing for me on a project, and they turn me down because they're singing with their band, and it's off brand for the band. And it's like, but this is session work. Like, you could make hundreds of dollars to come and sing for me for 2 hours, and it doesn't need your name attached to it. It's not like I'm going to put your band name on it. But then years later, they're still working in that clothing store. So that is, and I've also had people turn down other things that I've tried to throw their way, and then years later, all they're doing is nannying. And I think if they turned away what I offered them, what else did they turn away? The other thing is the attitude of, well, this job only pays this much money, so I'm only going to spend this much time on it. If you have that attitude that you're only going to spend a certain amount of time on a job because it's only paying a certain amount of money, but you're on the early side of your career and you have not built your reputation yet, that is the worst attitude to have, unless you are just legitimately loud truck. Unless you are legitimately so busy that you don't have that much time in your day and you really need to put some hard boundaries on the time that you're going to spend on things. And that's fine, and I respect that. But if you are just sitting around doing dumb stuff with your time and you get this paying job, this is an opportunity to establish where you land on the skill sets and the professionalism and build your reputation. And if the job pays crap, the job pays crap, but your name is on that job. And if you've half-assed the job, but then somebody needs to hear an example of your work later, you're not going to have anything to play for them that you're proud of. You need to provide examples of past jobs that you've done for new potential hires. So you want something really awesome to play for these people. And I know people who have had that attitude of like, well, this is low paying work. I'm not going to spend that long on it. I'm just going to get them what they're paying for. But then when they need to put a demo together to get better work, they don't have anything really good. And they're like, I don't have anything good. I feel like none of this stuff is as good as I want it to be. And it's like, well, if you wouldn't have half-assed those jobs, you would have good stuff. So it's always good to set the habit of working to the best potential of your skill. Use the best of your skills for the jobs if you have the time. Now, the day will come when you're so busy with your work, you're so busy with your music paying work that you will either know, no, I don't need to take this low paying work, or yes, this is low paying work, but I have these other jobs and I really can't spend that long on it. Now, if you bid too low and you do a crappy work because you just didn't bid high enough, and your client expected a caliber of work that was like previous things they've heard you do, like you're established, but you already have a reputation for doing a certain type of work, and then you bid low, and then you do crap work because you bid low, that's on you. And I've had that happen to me too. Somebody that's way too established to do such crappy work. And that, I will never hire that person again. I'll just never hire them again. So you always want to do the best job that you can for the time that you have. because you're building your reputation, and that is essential.